Our today's topic is blood. We will get the overview of the blood, composition of the blood, and the functions of the blood. First of all, we'll see the composition of the blood. The blood is basically composed of basic two components, plasma and the cellular component. And cellular component is also known as the hematocrit. Plasma basically forms the ground substance of the blood, in which the red blood cells are floating. And the cellular component is composed of the red blood cells, white blood cells, and the platelets. Plasma is mostly water, and it composed of the dissolved substances that are soluble in the water, and it composed of the nutrients, ions, proteins. We will see later. So basically, plasma is the ground substance in which there are red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets are flowing. Okay, this is the composition of blood. Basic composition: plasma plus cellular component. Now we will see the composition of plasma. Plasma is basically water. It is composed 90% of the water, and it also contains the dissolved ions, proteins, nutrients, waste, and gases. Okay, proteins. Many proteins are found in the blood. Basically, main important proteins are the albumin and the clotting factors and the clotting proteins. Okay, albumin maintain the colloidal osmotic pressure, so to maintain the equilibrium and the hemostasis. Nutrients, basically the nutrients that are absorbed from the gastrointestinal tract are absorbed into the blood, and they are carried to the different parts of the to whole body, to different parts of the body, and the cells that require the nutrients. And in return, the waste products that are secreted by the cells also dissolve into the blood, and they are carried to the specific organs, specifically to the kidney, to remove the waste products. And there are also the gases that are present in the plasma cells. So when the blood passes through the lungs, it contains more of the oxygen. The blood is known as oxygenated blood. And when the blood passes from the tissues, and the cell secrete the carbon dioxide and the carbon dioxide, this blood is carried to the lungs to remove the carbon dioxide. This is how important blood is. It is the main connection that transports the nutrients, that transport the waste products from the cells to the kidneys and different organs that remove the waste products. So this is important functions that blood performs. And now we'll see how the different blood cells are formed. So basically, the blood cells are formed from the common multipotential hematopoietic stem cell of the bone marrow. Okay, this is the main cell from which all of the red blood cells originate. Multipotential hematopoietic stem cell divides into common myeloid progenitor cell, or we can also call it as the colony forming stem cells, and into common lymphoid progenitor cells. First, we will see how the common myeloid progenitor cells divide. They divide into megakaryocytes. Megakaryocytes are the huge cells, and the platelets are basically platelets, or the thrombocytes are basically the fragments of megakaryocytes. They divide into small fragments and form platelets. Common myeloid progenitor cell also form erythrocyte or red blood cells, also form the mast cells. It's form myeloblast, and myeloblast divided into basophil, neutrophil, eosinophil, and monocytes. So basophil have function in the allergic reactions. So basically, we'll see the details in the next lectures of all these blood cells. Now I'm giving you just the overview. So basophil cells are basically involved in the allergic reactions or infection that cause the swelling and the infectious reaction, you can say. And the neutrophils are basically involved in the phagocytosis of the foreign agents, the bacteria, viruses that enter the body. Eosinophils also have the function in the infectious reactions, and they basically prevent the infectious reactions. And monocytes again cause the phagocytosis as the neutrophils. And monocytes are the inactive cells as they exist in the blood, but when the body is invaded by the foreign agents as bacteria and viruses, the monocytes convert into the macrophages, and macrophages are the active cells that will cause the phagocytosis of the foreign agents. Okay, the common lymphoid progenitor cells divide into natural killer cells. They're basically the large granular lymphocytes, and they will kill any foreign body that enters the body. And into small lymphocytes that divide into T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. Okay, the B lymphocytes are the inactive cells. Basically, they didn't have the direct role in performing in combating the reaction. They basically divide into the plasma cells, and then plasma cells form the antibodies which will combat the infection. Okay, this is the picture showing the different blood cells. Red blood cells are biconcave disc-like cells, and the white blood cells form the clusters, and these are the platelets. These are all formed in the blood. And now we'll see the white blood cells. White blood cells are composed of there are different types of the white blood cells. There are monocytes, eosinophil, basophil, lymphocytes, and neutrophils. At the end, we will see the functions of the blood. Okay, basically I have discussed the functions while discussing the blood cells as well. So first function is they deliver oxygen, nutrients to all the body cells. As I discussed that they carry the oxygen from the lungs and transport it to all the body parts, and they take the nutrients from the GIT and transport to all the other parts of the body. They transport the waste products from the cells for elimination. जो waste products produce हुए ना cells के अंदर, they will dissolve into the blood and they are carried by the blood to the kidneys to remove the waste products. Then they transport hormones. Yes, hormones are transported by the blood to their target tissues and target organs. They also maintain the body temperature. Yes, and they distribute the heat evenly throughout the body. Number 5, it maintains the pH, because plasma contains the ions, proteins, and all the things that are present in the plasma. So it maintains the pH of the body, because ions in the blood remain in the narrow limits. If they become too large or too small, it will affect the homeostasis of the body. So blood helps to maintain the stable or the constant pH of the body. Maintain the fluid volume. As I will discuss, the albumin maintains the colloidal osmotic pressure. So they maintain the volume of the fluid volume of the body, because if volume becomes too viscous or it becomes um, too watery, it will affect the functions of the blood of the body. So should remain in the constant limits. It should remain normal, not too viscous, not too watery. Okay. Number 7, it prevents the blood loss clotting. Main function and most important function of the blood is that it contains the clotting factors which will cause the which will form the blood clots, and it will prevent the blood loss. if it this is really important, because अगर हमारा हमें कोई इंजरी हो जाती है और हमारा जो ब्लड लॉस है वो स्टॉप नहीं होता, तो हमारी बॉडी से बहुत सारा जो ब्लड है वो लूज़ हो जाएगा और हम लोग मतलब उस तरह तो हमारी डेथ हो जाएगी. सो the blood clotting function is really important. Number 8, it prevents the infection. Yes, the white blood cells and the antibodies, their main function is to prevent the body against the foreign agents. If our they basically form of our immune system of our body, and if it is defective, we will get many diseases and we will not survive. So it is the main function of the blood to prevent the infections, and specifically white blood cells and antibodies perform this function. I hope it is clear. If you have the query, if you have any query, please ask in the comments.